Good morning. Welcome to Winnipeg. Now, for anybody who tuned in today because it's pizza day and that's the only day you tune in, you'll have missed what I said yesterday. We have moved pizza day to Monday. In other words, tomorrow. All right. Minus 20.6. Cold. All right. We have everything painted now. I think yesterday morning I said we should be able to complete, or maybe we'll do complete 59. I should have known better. I got to stop saying that. So why am I going to say it again? Well, today I think we might get through 29 because everything's ready to go except for one thing. You remember yesterday when we were working with this little LED here that is so small you can't even see it? So it should be sort of silhouetted against my thumb there maybe. Anyway, it was loose in that little area here that we painted green. And what I want to do is try and get it. Well, first of all, it's important to understand that this LED, it only illuminates light basically off of one side, not off of the top or off of the back. So I want to make sure that when I get it in its place, it's going to be at its best angle. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get it at that angle and then put the very tiniest little bit of CA thick in there, because the CA thick is clear, so even though it's going to cover it all up, the green light should shine through it. That's the plan. So we're going to do that first, and then we're going to do our best to get these parts on this thing after we start sandwiching this piece in between these two halves. Yeah, hey, I don't have all the parts here. Where's the guns? Okay, now we've got all the parts. Yeah, well, maybe we won't be done today yet. We'll see how it goes. I think the hardest is probably going to be getting the railing, because the railing has to be fastened down in several places all at the same time. I'll might have to rig up some sort of a little jig or something to get everything. Now, there's another thought I had earlier, and that was that maybe I could enlarge the holes. Well, maybe I won't need to either. There are little holes on each one of these pieces where the railing comes down. We'll give it a try and see what happens. But I think the railing will be the last thing I do, because it will be too easily broken off if I'm trying to fit other pieces in place. So yeah, we'll do the railing last. But first we got to do something with our LED. Yeah. Let's just get right into it here. I'm getting a really nice early start here today. Hopefully we'll be done 59 by the time we're done. And when we're through 59, we are through with the conning tower. That's it. It'll be done. Maybe wouldn't it be fun if we could light everything up tonight? At the close of today's episode. Well, let's work at it and see what happens. If I keep flapping my lips here, nothing's going to happen. So let's get going. Okay, now my plan is to have it so that the light emanates, if that's the right word, into this lower corner here. In other words, the light will shine in this direction. And it will be brightest right there where I'm touching. I think it might be a good idea to just get everything lined up the way I think it's supposed to go, and before I put the CA thick, so let me zoom you in just a little bit here. Before I put the CA thick on this part, test it out, just hook the battery onto it. Just to make good and sure. Otherwise, if I have it going the other way, it won't be quite as effective. In other words, what I want to happen is the painted green, I want that to be illuminated the most. I don't want a pinpoint of green light. At least that's the way I want it. So other people might disagree, and they might think, well, no, it'd probably be better. Okay, let's stick our macro lens on. Okay, I think I pretty much got it here. It's basically illuminating back onto the green there instead of forward. Okay, I'm going to very carefully try and drop a little bit of CA thick down there now. Okay, here's hoping we're not making a mistake because I've only got one of these. Just want to kind of fill that area back there. I can always maybe I should be using a brush, but then the brush will be ruined, won't it? Okay, I think that whole area is covered now. It's probably going to slowly work its way down in the hole there. Let's just touch our wire on and see what happens here. Yeah, it's working. It shouldn't be much different after it's cured. I did get it on that overhead shroud a bit, but we're not going to really notice that because we're going to be sort of basically looking down. Yeah, I think it's going to be okay. I wonder if we should use a little bit of curing agent. If I touch the curing agent on the bottom of this shroud, it should wick its way down. Yeah, that should kick it in. And that dark stain you see, that will disappear. We won't see that. Okay, now I want to be mindful that on the other side of this part are our rungs and railings. Now, I don't want these wires to be crossing really, really tight against each other because the only kind of insulation on this stuff is the varnish. So it would be, I would prefer that the wires ran parallel and did not cross each other if at all possible here. And I think I basically got it. Now, just trying to get a piece of tape on here just to hold it down. Mind you, might not need to. Okay, now I only want to... Okay, where the deck comes in this slot here, I'm going to make a little notch right there. Okay, now let's not go bending these wires really tight. Okay, that's going to be all right. And our curing agent. It's hard to put on just a little bit of that. There you come. There you come. Hi, Max. It's a cold one up there.
Minus 30 Fahrenheit.
Minus 30?
Well,
Yeah. Okay.
it's minus 35. Yeah, minus 30 or
Oh,
minus
with
30.
with the wind chill.
Fahrenheit.
Yeah. But with the
Not
wind chill.
centigrade, Fahrenheit.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, I knew she'd be uncomfortable if she didn't go. So, I had to let her go, and she just straight into the deepest snow available.
I saw that. Yeah, I saw that.
Right.
I was watching when I saw you go the other way. I thought I better watch.
And when I was coming up to put the poo bag, you opened the door, and I couldn't hold on to the dog, so I had to let her go.
Yeah, I'm used to the routine. There we go.
Oh, yeah. It's cold.
Isn't that funny? As soon as the last one's gone, she's down on the floor. Yeah.
Say goodbye to the Uncle Ron.
Goodbye, Missy. Goodbye, Missy. We'll see you later.
Here we go. The bells have sated on us.
Okay.
Thanks, Ron.
We'll see you. Bye, Missy. Oh my, it is cold out there. Missy the dog. Missy the dog. Okay, so what's been happening here is that it had been my intention to, show this being assembled on camera. But I was finding that I had to manipulate it this way and that way and twisting it around and trying to be careful not to break the railings and rungs off of the sides. And as it turns out, I actually did break two loose. I've since fixed it. I broke this one and this one loose. And this one's still a little bit loose, but I'm just going to leave it. I'm not going to bother trying to mess around with it. Okay, what I'm doing now is I'm trying to get the railing around the gun here, and I'm using this. I guess I can take this off now because I think it'll hold. Yeah, I'm just sort of like a holder downer, and I'm just trying to do each post, you might say, individually. I think it's going to work out. Maybe when we get around and do this piece on the other side, I'll try and do something on camera. But right now it's just too awkward, more or less. And I want to kind of get this done. We've been working on this conning tower now long enough. And yeah, anyway, we'll see how it goes here. I'm going to do my best. We have come to the very last piece in step 59, and it's the bell. And it doesn't go on the way I thought it was going to. Okay, I'm going to put the macro lens on because you're probably not going to be able to see. I'll move in a little bit here. Now, when these two railings are put together, it formed a little slot right here. And the idea is, I've got the module, if you want to call it that, the way it is, so I can hopefully let gravity be my friend here. But it's supposed to go in something like this. And I'm hoping that the weight of the bell will offset the fact that the staff is so much longer. And it's going to basically stay like that when we try to glue it in place. I'm obviously going to have to repaint. Okay, let's put the macro lens on here and take a nice close look. Okay, I'm just sort of doing a dry run here. I'm not in quite as close as I could get, but sometimes, as I've said before, less is more. Now, I don't want to put too much on, or I'm going to rehydrate our two posts here, which right now are glued together. Yes. Now it has to go just a smidgen that way to be straight. Okay, I think that's going to be all right. We'll just let that dry now. I don't think I dare try and squeeze it together. I think I'll just let it meld, even though most of the melding is going to be paint. Okay, I've got this all connected up now, and the LEDs are on. You can't really see the ones on the inside here too well. I'll see what will happen if I turn the lights out. Yeah, it kind of illuminates the inside, doesn't it? You can see the ladder and the control meters and so on. Yeah, I think it's going to be all right. Okay, that is it for step 59. Here we go. Step 60. We are through with the conning tower. Working with the propellers and propeller shafts. Now, probably about half an hour ago, I got a call from Phil. He's coming for coffee at 2. And I have done absolutely no editing. So, I'm going to call it quits here for this afternoon. For today, actually. So thanks for watching, everybody. And all being well, we'll see you tomorrow.